the feature for the night. The guy everybody's came to see. Are you ready? The man. Are you ready? I don't know if you're ready. Ladies, there's a lot of hot ladies here, and this guy in our group, he's the pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the handsome one. He's the one we're going to pimp out to be a model. So, are you ready? All right. Give it up for my man. I love him so much. He's so talented. The one, the only, the fabulous Matt LaBorde.
You guys are so awesome. Give it up for Jen. Give it up for Joe. Give it up for Renato. Give it up for Topher. Y'all are wonderful people. It's going to be fun. I just took the best pregame dump of my life. I am ready for this shit. Oh, man. I feel like I have to mention this because Jen put it in one of the promos, but I have poofy hair. It's lovely. I love it. In case you hadn't noticed, it actually gets me into a lot of trouble though. This has ruined most of the relationships in my life. You don't have any idea how many times I've been stuck in the friends with benefits zone. Just all the non-committal sex I could ever want. It's absolutely great. The other problem, it elicits so many no's. Every question I ask in a relationship, no. Hey, baby, can we just stay in tonight and not go out to that awesome orgy? No. Hey, can we just keep it you and me tonight? I don't want any of the Victoria's Secret angels involved. No! That actually didn't happen. Just in case you didn't figure that out, you don't meet a lot of Victoria's Secret angels in Columbia, South Carolina. But the other hair I have is the one on my face. Because it's No Shave November. Clap if you got a beard. Clap if you're a lady with a beard. That's impressive. No, that's you should be admired. No, this is the most facial hair I have ever had at any point in my life, and it's actually kind of scary because I've been having bouts of blackout masculinity. I woke up yesterday morning with a pheasant in my hand and a hunting license in my pocket, full plaid. I don't own any plaid. I had a John Deere hat on, and there was a pile of fresh chopped firewood in my living room. And then my car was 8 inches higher off the ground with mudding tires. I drive a Subaru Outback. It's way more badass now. I do have a girlfriend. And it's like, yeah, fuck you. Okay, fine, sorry. I have a girlfriend. And she's very lovely. It's a good relationship. I'm incredibly lucky. But there's just one thing she always does, and I just wish she'd stop. She's always asking me, what are you thinking? And it's not that I'm not thinking anything. It's that it's usually really dumb and stupid. Hey, what are you thinking? Oh my God, what if a dog ran for mayor? I wonder what breed would be most successful as a candidate, because we would never elect a Chow in this political climate. The whites aren't ready for the Asians. We could do a German Shepherd. He'd be very, very acute, and he'd be very smart. But he's too scary. He's too much of a hound dog. Maybe a Chihuahua. No. Again, on that race card, that's not going to happen. That just wouldn't be right. And in particular, she asked me, we went on a nice trip to Charleston, and I'm walking down the street. I see a manhole. I'm like, oh my God, look at that manhole. It's wide open. I bet I could dive into that manhole. I bet I could dive into it naked. I bet I could sing one verse from Katy Perry's Roar before I made it into the manhole naked. You know what? I bet if I stacked up 2 of these barriers around the manhole, I could dive over that, maybe even get a flip and an extra verse in before I make it into the manhole. I wonder if I could Vine this shit. Could I fit all of that entertainment into 6 seconds before I make it into the manhole? Could I hashtag enough hashtags before I make it into the manhole to make sure my Vine is properly distributed through the internet stratosphere? I don't know. Honey, what are you thinking about? Tetris. So it's a lie for the good of humanity. It really is. She's absolutely perfect in every way. We actually just celebrated our 4-month anniversary. Somebody's like, that's a really low number. I'm like, that's a high number for me. I'm winning my own race. So, but I feel like I kind of cheapened the experience because I had to set a reminder on my phone. It's kind of cheating. It's like I got a buzz last week and it said, hey, you need a new toothbrush. I said, don't forget your brother's birthday. Also, the person you care most about the world, you've been with her for 4 months, you should say hi. Back in the day, you would count the number of moons that had passed in their full phase on the wall, using your fingernails to claw at the wall, with a lock of her hair spit stained to the wall. And if you wanted to see her, you had to get in a canoe for 3 months. And if you were lucky, you didn't get cholera on the way over. And your final words would be, yes, I want to go to the dance with you, and then you die. That's why people got married at 16. You weren't going to last that long. But, no, she's really special. She's not like all these... Who reads Cosmo? Thank God. Okay. That is the stupidest fucking magazine I have ever heard of. Okay? I got it for research. Read an article. I was trying to see what I was supposed to be into. And apparently what I like is to have my genitals lightly dusted with a makeup brush. Okay. I can guarantee you I spend less money on my genitalia than you do on makeup. I have seen how much that costs. And also, I fooled around. I have a hairbrush. I kind of like, and it didn't do anything for me. If you're going to spend all that money, I mean, what are you going to do, dust for fingerprints? You're just going to find mine. It's like CSI my groin. Well, it looks like he's got some Cajun seasoning on his hands and his crotch. Looks like a bad case of jerk chicken. Yeah! But she doesn't read that magazine, and she's perfect and wonderful. She, I think the two biggest reasons I know that I really care about her and I love her, when I imagine her really old, like 80s, 90s, it makes me really happy to imagine like her being in the world that long. As opposed to most old people are just these like wrinkly, angry scrotums, just like, back in my day we hated everything and we liked it. She's this wondrous human being. And second reason is the other day I was brushing my teeth at her house and she walked up to pinch me on the bum, but her hand kind of bowling balled and she just fingered me right in the asshole. And I learned very quickly what my rape reaction is like. It's not very effective. I just kind of like collapse on the floor. Removing my anus from the situation as far as possible. I mean, if I was a rapist, I'd be like, well, you did half the work for me. Can you turn over? But no, as I lied there prostrate on the ground in fear of unwanted penetration, she looked down at me. And keep in mind, she's in her underwear, which she looks great in. And she looks at me, like as I cover my bum, and she says, anytime, motherfucker. And then struts her hot little ass out of the bathroom. And I'm pretty sure that's the number one reason I love her. She's awesome. But yeah, being in a relationship made me really scared of babies. I don't want kids right now. Maybe ever. I don't know. But kids are kind of. Woo! Yeah. No kids. Hysterectomy. 2013. I don't know. It's not an election year. Can a surgical, if a dog can run for mayor, maybe a surgical operation can run for the presidency. Yes. I would go for anything that takes out cancer over hysterectomy before sidetrack. I was talking about babies. Fuck. Oh yeah. Okay, so old people, whenever they get old, all their friends die. Or they do before they're friends if they're lucky. But when you're a baby, all your friends are being born. That's really cool. Like when you finally have another friend, you can talk about all the babies that are coming up. Like, hey man, you hear about Denny? He's coming up? It's like, yeah. I hope he likes getting keys jangled in front of his face. That is one thing I am really good at. Did you hear about Bryce? He sounds kind of mean. He absorbed his twin in the womb. I don't think he's going to want to share his toys. Did you hear about Sarah? Yeah, Sarah was born by cesarean section. Lazy. Now her mom can only wear a one-piece. Like, that's the worst thing that can happen to a woman. Her swimsuit choices have been severely limited. Oh, what a tragedy. Thank God she doesn't live in Botswana where they castrate females. Oh no, she has to wear a one-piece suit. She's gonna get a weird tan line. Oh, the pity, the anguish, the sorrow. But I mean, the C-section is kind of bad. Okay, whatever. My dad, he worries about the most random things. Like my mom, if I've been out too late when I'm visiting home, she's like, "Where are you? Are you dead? Are you alive? Should I call the police?" My dad will talk to me once or twice a month, and he'll send me the most random advice. The most recent, and he sends me letters. I got a letter in the mail. I could tell it was a printout of an email because it had 50 little forward icons on the top. But it was advice on how to ward off a bear attack. I mean, no, it seemed like good advice. What it said was, when you do see a bear, don't make eye contact. They're very territorial. Most of them are in gangs, and they grab whatever implements you can and make a lot of noise, and then shout as well. So you're like, "Ah!" And that will terrify a 600-pound murder machine. Now, I don't think it's necessarily that the bear's terrified, but maybe it's just very politically correct and it doesn't feel comfortable eating the mentally handicapped. Okay, hey, boo, 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 don't go over there. No, that's not a picnic basket, that's a picnic bucket. Leave him alone. Bears are very culturally sensitive. That's what you need to take away from that. One animal I really don't like, just because I don't know how it justifies its own existence. Okay, so you go to Africa, and you're looking around this beautiful landscape in the savannah. You see splotches of green, brown, occasional blue puddle. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, it's vertical stripes and a mohawk! How has the zebra done that for so long? Maybe a long, long time ago, there was an animal that was easily susceptible to migraines. And it died out long ago when plaid came into fashion. But ever since then, the only reason scientists can justify a zebra's camouflage is that it hides and dissembles their numbers. You don't know how many zebra there are. There's going to be at least one. The zebra comes sauntering in and sees the lion. Oh, what are you going to do, lion? Could be one of us. Could be 5. Could be 100,000 of us. Yeah, well, guess what? What? I only need one. And then the zebra is disemboweled. The circle of life. Savannah, we know what's going on. Another animal, I feel more pity for a whale than anything. Being a whale must be like having a job that starts really early in the morning. And all the other fish are like, "Hey man, you want to go check out that cool part of the coral reef over there?" And he's like, "No, I have to go up and breathe." Yeah, I have all the benefits of being a fish except for the one where you can survive naturally in the habitat in which you exist. And then there's the part of the day where somebody is dumb enough to ask a whale how he's doing. "Hey Charlie, what's going on?" "Well, it's been a long day." Jesus will be here for an hour. "I know he was at work and he pulled a double." I do feel sorry for whales. Not as sorry for people that have to deal with frat guys. What a flawless transition. I've overheard some of the stupidest banter, if you can even call it that, between Greek life people. There was one in particular last week. "Yo, man, I'm not a homophobe, you faggot." Is the cat in the box dead or alive? I don't know. Okay. This statement is false. We'll keep playing with that game. The best, I think one of the best ones, though, was these two guys were arguing. One went, "Hey, man, what's your problem? You got sand in your vagina?" Said, "Yeah, is it hurting your dick?" They started making out. Right there. And that's when I learned why they keep their hats backwards, always ready to kiss. Bro make-out times ahoy. One thing I wish they would stop doing, though, is the whole no-homo thing. I don't think it's gay to be like, "Hey, man, that shirt really brings out your eyes and your personality and really, really, really compliments who you are as a beautiful human being." No homo. No, but there's plenty of other situations that need that little addendum with 2 syllables. Like, hey, bro, can I borrow some change for the meter? No hobo. Or hey, man, can I get a ride? I borrowed a ring I want to return to somebody. No Frodo. Or like, oh my God, guys, you should come check out my new El Camino. I got a sick paint job and some new rims. No Cholo. Oh my God, you want some coffee without any additives? No cocoa. That could really be explored a long time because there's so many homonyms of cocoa. Oh man, you really like that one? Fuck yeah. That's just for you. That's for Bald Wine Guy. I only say that so you guys, you can't evince just how wonderful a person he is from looking at him. I can, because I can see his smile, but you can't. You just see the top of his head. What is that, Wine Bros? Okay, yeah. I think if all of these life plans and dreams I have aren't really working out in the next few years, I'm just going to cut off my left arm and become a bandit. Because, stay with me. Thank you, Jen. Here's what it comes down to. I'm caught in the Louvre stealing a fancy piece of art. And they said, oh, we finally got him, the curly-headed bandit. I said, book him, Dano. Cuff him. I'm like, to what? I was actually going to make a movie based on that entire premise, but the American Amputee Association was all up in arms. Which is really hard for them to do. They have to make sure there's an even number of people there. That was a math joke at its true core. Whatever. Although I do feel bad for them because they always get confused with AAA. And of all the people to call to help with it, like a tire change, I know, it's easy with two hands and both your legs, Tell me that's not true. Actually, no. Oh my God! One time in elementary school, this is like right before Christmas break. They were just trying to fill the time between break and now. I was in 5th grade, and our school brought in these 2 paraplegic guys to give us a lecture on safety. So they had both been rendered paralyzed from the waist down due to an accident. And it was like a good cop, bad cop routine thing they had going. They wheeled in together, but not like friends. It wasn't like Bert and Ernie. Bert is sitting on Ernie, but Ernie can't feel Bert sitting on Ernie because he's paralyzed. They wheeled in. One of them was like, hey, you guys want to take a seat? We already brought ours. I've never seen somebody like wheel with so much ire. I could see the veins popping in his hands and nothing going on in his legs. It's like, hey, you guys have any plans for the holidays? What do you want for Christmas? The use of my legs back! Calm down, Derek, you're scaring. That's what I want! Wear a helmet everywhere. Until middle school, I wore a helmet. Which actually gives you a free bus ride, if you didn't know. If you're trying to save some money on your trip to middle school. One thing I did learn in my extra classes, a lot of battleships in the U.S. Navy are all named after famous political figures. USS Harry S. Truman or Abraham Lincoln, except for new Barack Obama. None of them are named after authors, which certainly would have made the World War II theater a little more interesting, at least for the Germans. So, oh, Captain, what is this? Our support bow. But no, it's the USS Emily Dickens. Don't worry, they are hiding in the bridge, writing. Okay, they're fine. No, do not, hold fire. They're going away. Oh, no, to the starboard. What do I see? See USS Edgar Allan Poe? Don't worry, they've sunk themselves. And there's blood in the water everywhere. No. Captain, we are done for. Captain, it's the USS Dr. Seuss. We outnumbered. I count 1 ship, 2 ship, red ship, blue ship. What are we going to do? Oh, that one. I really want to go spend a lot of time abroad. That way all of the films watched here in America suddenly become really cool and posh and foreign films. To be sitting in a bistro in Paris and friends like, Mathieu, have you seen the latest epic by Jean-Claude Dupont chronicling the struggle of a coal miner to convince his father-in-law to accept the marriage between him and his... No, Jean-Claude, I haven't. That sounds like a dumb movie. You know what I have seen? It was an indie flick that killed at Sundance, chronicling the life and times of a minority family in the heart of the Southeast struggling to make ends meet. It's called Medea Goes to Jail 2. Got the jury award at Sundance. Actually, no, the one thing I don't like about movies is the subtitles. In particular, the attention paid to soundtracks. So if you live in the land of the hearing and the sighted, you get to enjoy the full scope of the film. If you're deaf, fuck you. Because what they do is they take more than, a lot of people say a good movie is 80% sound. And they take the orchestral soundtrack, something, they hired a man to sit in a room with all the instruments and said, make us cry. And then he got all the people who play instruments in a room and said, make me cry. And they all started crying. And they went home, and they played all their instruments as long as they possibly can. The first violin sat there. And he was like, I'm going to be the best first violin ever. And he practiced for 12 hours a day until his fingers bled. And then the cellos did the same. Everybody came back. They put in that sorrow and that sadness, and they made beautiful music. And then they recorded the music, made sure it matched the emotional overtones of the film, made sure everything matched perfectly, made sure it was beautiful. And then you know what the guys who made the deaf track did? Boop, boop. You get 2 little music notes, and that's it. For every single film, Rocky, Chariots of Fire, every other movie ever made. That's all you get, no matter what the soundtrack. Not like 3 musical notes, not 1 musical note. Rocky's running up the steps. Boop, boop. Chariots of Fire, climactic scene. Everyone's running on the beach. Da, 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 da. All your friends that can hear like, oh my God, this is perfect. This is it. Like, I don't know what's going on. I can't follow any movie. I mean, we all know about the advancements made in sing-along technology. I'm a little teapot short. And we can add that in to films. Da, 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 da. Yung, 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 yung. I get it! This movie's perfect! Make it fair for everybody. And you know, if you found that joke offensive because you used to be deaf, congratulations. And if you're trying to explain to your deaf friend why that's offensive, good luck. Oh, really? But, well, the thing is, you sound funny. Oh, really? Well, you're kind of a dick. But no, I try to be fair. I do. And I'm actually, one of my biggest goals in life is to improve race relations. I really work hard on that. Actually, the other day, a black guy walked by my car. I unlocked the doors. And then he shot me. He shot me a concerned look. And then he stabbed me. With that piercing gaze of his. He said, good sir, go on your way. And he put on his top hat, got on his giant Victorian bicycle, and rode out into the sunset. Because that joke took place in the Industrial Revolution of England. Guys, y'all have been a lot of fun. Y'all have been so much fun. Please get over again for Jen Snyder, Joe Coughlin, Daniel Nato, Topher Riddle. You guys are wonderful. We do this every Friday night. There's a big show Monday night. Jared Harris, this guy's been on Comedy Central, CBS. If you read the Huffington Post, he has put words on that website in the form of articles, and you should read them. He's going to be here Monday. Hell yeah. And we're still going to have wine on Monday. There we go. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. Y'all are wonderful. Have a good night.
I mean, damn, you're the feature. There's still some more show. All right, give it up for Matt LaBorde.
Good job, y'all. Didn't he kill it tonight? He killed it tonight. He's not just another pretty face. That's why we keep him around.